First things first, we need to know is that reinforcement is anything that follows a behavior that makes that behavior more likely to occur. Now, there's two types of reinforcement. There's positive reinforcement and there's negative reinforcement. Positive reinforcement is when something is added to your environment and your behavior increases. For example, you go to work, you get a paycheck that was added to your environment, your behavior of going to work increases. You're going to keep doing that again. That was great. Love getting paid. Here's an example of negative reinforcement. When I have a headache, I take Excedrin because it makes my headache go away. Something was removed, the pain in my head. So in the future, I'm more likely to engage in the behavior of taking Excedrin. My behavior is increasing because something was removed. That's considered negative reinforcement. Now, here's what this has to do with our children. A lot of times when our children are engaging in challenging behavior, we respond to it because we want something removed. We want whatever that is aversive in our environment removed. We want them to just stop yelling. We want them to stop hitting, stop fighting. We want it to stop. So we engage in behaviors that have made it stop in the past because perhaps it does remove it. Perhaps it does make our kids stop engaging in that challenging behavior. So we're reinforced for that. For example, perhaps you yell at your child and now your child stops hitting in that moment. You think this is great. This is wonderful. That really worked. Your child stopped hitting. Something was removed, and so your behavior of yelling is going to increase. You were reinforced for that. And so as parents, when we can get our kids' behaviors to turn off, we are reinforced for that because something is removed that we don't want, and so we're more likely to do that again in the future. The problem with that is what often happens then is that a few hours later or tomorrow or the next day, our children's behavior pops right back up again. And that's the problem when we don't respond to our children's behavior based on why they're doing it. We engage in behaviors for different reasons, and so do our children. In that previous example, suppose your child's yelling because they want your attention, or suppose your child's yelling because they don't want to go to school, or perhaps your child is yelling because they don't want to do their homework or because someone took their toy or whatever it is. Even though the behavior was the same in all of those scenarios, yelling, our response is going to be different because our kids are engaging in that behavior for a different reason. What often happens when we don't respond to our children's behavior based on the why, based on the root cause, is that it just pops right back up again because it's receiving reinforcement somehow. It's getting something that it likes and we haven't identified that. So in my Practical Parenting No Fluff Just Results course, I teach parents how to identify why their child is engaging in a behavior based on common triggers, such as, did you just tell your child no? Were they denied access to something? Did they have to wait? Are they asking for something and you're willing to give it to them, but they're asking by using challenging behavior? Perhaps you asked your child to do something and they're refusing. A parent favorite, did you just interrupt your child from doing something fun to get them to transition to do something that's not so fun? So in my course, parents are learning how to identify, why is my child engaging in that behavior? Why did they just do that? Why do they keep doing it? And what can I do to get them to stop doing that or to get them to do something more often? And here's the favorite part of my course that I teach, and that is proactive strategies, because proactive strategies are going to be your best bet. There are so many things that we can do proactively to decrease the chances of our children engaging in challenging behavior. We can make it significantly less likely that that is going to happen. But if it does get to that point, we have an effective response now because we have identified why. And that is how you create lasting behavior change.